Good afternoon, YouTube. I wanted to start a little Motovlog session here. I've been seeing the videos posted online and thought it looked pretty neat, so I figured I'd give it a shot. Honestly, don't see a whole lot of Harleys doing this, so I figure spread the love a little bit, right? I kind of wanted to start the first one off on that. Why I ride a Harley. When I was in school, I wasn't really into the Harley thing. I was actually wanting a sport bike. I couldn't get finance for the first one. I was 17 or 18 at the time. I don't really remember. And honestly, the first Harley fell into my lap. My brother had to get rid of his Sportster, and I just got myself my first real job, so he made me a deal and pretty much took that off his hands. That bike treated me great. It was a 2003 Sportster Sport. We put drag bars on it, put an exhaust system on it, jetted it, the Screaming Eagle air filter. It wound up getting ported heads, blah blah blah. And I would trade with my other brother who had a 600RR, and I had a lot of fun on his bike. But riding that around one day, I had an incident, hit a tire patch, rear wheel slid out from under me. I'm not blaming the bike. I was riding outside my means, riding like an idiot. I realized I just didn't want a sport bike. I did not have the self-control. So I kind of just stayed with the Sportster for a while, paid my brother off, and rocked that. Currently on a 2006, Softail Standard as my current bike. I have a 95-inch motor put in this, the high compression Screaming Eagle pistons, ported heads. It's got the Stage 1 Screaming Eagle intake setup on it, and a set of Vance and HInes Big shots. It's running my tune on it, as you can probably hear throughout this video. I really could use a better tune. I never had it strapped to a dyno. I have no idea what makes. The guy that put the motor together for me insists that it probably is hovering around 90 horse. He said 100 maybe if I have it set up right. I doubt I'm that good. I bought this bike pretty much because I had a lot of the stuff done to it that I wanted. I liked the Vance and HInes pipes. I had the drag bars on it I liked. I had the seat on it I liked, and it had a backrest. The whole reason I upgraded from the Sportster to the bigger bike was I rode the same brother had told me the first Harley. I rode his Softail, and it was amazing. And just the fact that it would get up to speeds and cruise and take it easy, and I took the wife out on it, and it just cruised a hell of a lot easier than the Sportster ever did. So I found this one. It wasn't exactly what I was looking for. I really wanted a night train, but I didn't want to pay for the night train name. It seemed people were just charging way more to say you had a night train, you had the black motor. As you can see, my 95-inch motor is black. The only reason for that is I got my motor off a friend who had some money into this thing. He needed to get out of it. I traded him for a pit bike. So I pretty much got this motor for about 300 bucks. I had to buy gaskets and such off him. He's a certified mechanic. So I bought the inner and outer primaries, the black wrinkle, and I'm still rocking the natural gray or whatever 5-speed tranny. That's pretty much the only thing I have left to want to do to this. It has, I think it's the Screaming Eagle lowering kit, but I never really got under and looked at it. I wish it was lower, but then at the same time, the thing does ride pretty good. I'm never bottoming out or anything. I think I'm just gonna let it be. There's a hell of a lot of more chrome on this thing that I'd like. I'm not a fancy showboating chrome guy, and that's one of the things about this bike. I really wasn't 100% on when I was picking it up. I also liked those, what are they called? Fat Bobs. I was really looking for one of them, and there's just none seemed to be around when I was looking. The Breakout came out, I think the summer I bought this. I did buy this used, of course. I fell in love with the Breakouts, but it just wasn't out at the time, and I wasn't gonna spend that much money on a bike, and I was not buying a new one. I just don't believe in that. I was on the fence about a tour. I was thinking about getting a Street Glide when I was shopping around, but it was a little more of an investment that I wanted to make at the time. I didn't really want to spend the money for the Street Glide I wanted. Not to mention, I know that would have opened up a can of worms I wasn't looking to go into. I didn't want to buy a Street Glide, and then I really like the looks of the fat front tire, with long sweeping rear bags, with the long sweeping rear fender. I just wasn't looking for all that. I didn't want another project. I just wanted to get something and take it off the shelf, and boom, I'm good to go. I will say, after I got this, I think I had it for a summer without putting the new motor in it. I regret putting the 95-inch motor in, just because this bike was something that sits in the corner. I'm not that rider that goes out every waking moment and rides. I wish I could say I was. Back when I first got the Sportster, and the first summer I had that, I rode every weekend. Me and my brothers were going out all the time. I just don't seem to have the time to ride anymore like I once did. And now you're going to say, hey, why don't you ride to work, blah, blah, blah. I feel like riding to work is a tease. Like, you're going to get on the bike and ride for 25 minutes. And then, like, you got to turn into work and give up. Like, so many times I've just wanted to press the handlebars and just keep going straight when I had to turn into work. So I do it from time to time, but it's not my favorite. Anyway, this is the bike I ended up getting. I think I'm on my 3rd year of owning this one. No problems. The motor's swap went pretty straightforward. I did forget to mention this has Android TW50 cams in it. No push rod mods, nothing like that. It's using the stock twin cam timing cover plate with the spring tensioners. I don't have the hydraulic tensioners or anything. I wouldn't mind going inside the motor and replacing them every 20,000 miles. I think they recommend. That's no big deal. So that's about it for the first episode there, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Throw a like out there, throw some comments out there, give me an idea of what you're going to be looking for. I'm also debating doing like working in the garage videos and maybe some off-roading videos. Oh boy, what's going on? Okay, yep, that's about all I got. Stay safe out there, you guys.